What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to another Fridge Financials video. And in today's video, you can guess by the title, we have officially broken the six-figure net worth. So in today's video, we're going to kind of break down the updates on the investments in the portfolios and kind of give you a little bit of an insight as to where my net worth is, where it will hopefully be going. So if you're excited for today's video, as always, feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and as always, turn on those bell notifications for all future uploads. Now, if you've been following me for the longest time, my goal was to hit a $100,000 net worth by the time I'm age 30. I'm 30 in about 6 months. So the fact that we are 6 months ahead of schedule is just absolutely mind-blowing, and I never thought I'd see the day for this one. Now, that we do use an old school tracker here on my spreadsheet. You're going to say, well, Fridge, these numbers are fake. The numbers are very, very specific. So if I wanted to make up numbers, I would make up probably a lot easier numbers to work with. But if you do have some skepticism about it, feel free to. That's totally fine. But I'm not here to lie and boast about it or anything like that. I'm just wanted to update you guys on a milestone that I have had, and I am very blessed and very grateful for where I'm at right now. So I just want to give you a little bit of an update as to where the portfolios are going right now. So what we're going to do is we'll do the big reveal here. So the first thing we're looking at is the major portfolio. Now, believe it or not, this major portfolio was just me being stupid. I wouldn't even say really being stupid as much, but it was more of, we had the Liberation Day and the stock market fell off 4 or 5%. And I didn't like how the tariffs, along with the inflation data, along with the economic data coming out, just didn't line up with what I was looking for. So I sold at a loss, and obviously I'm regretting that decision because this portfolio is down, about 6% overall now, whereas it could be up a lot more than that as a result. So being down, $3,600, it hurts, obviously, I'm not going to lie, but I've learned a lot from that experience of selling versus not selling and everything, and it just helped me be a better and stronger person overall. Still not fully confident to be back in the market entirely. A lot of this is still cash right now. We're starting to move some money around a little bit here. We'll do another updated video about that a little bit later on. We're still taking a little bit of a hit here, which kind of sucks, but in the day, it is what it is. Obviously, you can't predict the market. People always say that. I thought I had a good indication as to where we were going, but it was just been whiplash, after news break here, after this here, after going back on their word there. Crazy stuff. So, but we got, again, a good amount of our net worth is looking at, this account right here. And again, I still haven't blown the account. I was doing a little bit of trading with it a little bit. I actually made some money back as a result of trading, but now I'm kind of sitting back and start looking at buying some more investments long term again and getting out of that mindset that, I was a swing trader. I was selling options and all that kind of good stuff. And now I'm trying to get back in the mindset of hey, Fridge, let's get long term again. Let's get that net worth going here. Now we broke 6 figures. Let's keep it going even more, right? So a little bit down that one, but no big deal at the end of the day. We have the Roth IRA, which we did recently open up as of I believe it was last year we opened up the Roth IRA. Now I'm working on maxing out this one. I will be maxing this one out, and I'll talk about that a little bit later on. We're maxing out for the year 2025. I maxed out 2024 in a matter of 2 months. So even though I got a late start, I still maxed out the Roth. And why I didn't open one earlier, honestly, no idea. But opening one up now to have that, retirement account there, being able to withdraw without taxes at 59 and a half years old or whatever the years at this point, I forget what it is. But being able to take out money tax-free after that, not tax-free, but being able to, have it grow without paying tax on it is absolutely amazing. Can't complain about it that whatsoever. Getting up 10% already, which is great. This one right here is more heavily focused on semiconductors, quantum computing, and just all the growth companies in the S&P 500. So very simple 3 ETF portfolio here of 10.84%. Cannot argue that there. We also have the HSA account, which the HSA account, again, is a health and savings account, which my employer gives me $1,000 per year to pour toward medical expenses, whether it's therapy, whether it's dental, whether it's medical, whatever it is you need. They give you $1,000 per year to work on it. You can always put more money in if you want to. When I was younger, though, I didn't really use a lot of it because I was a pretty healthy individual. So what I was doing was I was taking that money and I put it into an investment account, which is Schwab through my HSA provider. and it's up about 46%. So instead of just sitting on $2,400, waiting for a medical expense, I've made an extra $1,000. So that way, anything else comes up, I do have some cash available if I want to move it back out, pay medical bills. It's a nice little nest egg for medical for me, which I'm happy with. Would love to grow it more. Just kind of depends on how the markets go and everything else over the next 5-10 years, right? But so HSA account, highly recommend it. Look into it. A lot of tax advantages there as well. So feel free. Obviously, I count that in my net worth, obviously, because this is money that is mine. I can use it for medical expenses only, but when it gets to like a longer time period, you can withdraw it and pay taxes on it if you want to. So there is money you can take out of this as a result and have for you. Moving over to the next one, crypto had absolutely nothing. I have some ideas in mind about how I want to build my crypto portfolio back up a little bit more, and I'll do a follow-up video about this later on about how I'm reorganizing my portfolios overall here. But right now, seeing at $0 and like holding Bitcoin and Ethereum and everything else. But in this brokerage account here, we do have a Bitcoin futures ETF here, so it is crypto. So I'm thinking about maybe putting that tracker over to here, maybe. I don't know. I'll kind of have to figure that one out as we go. But $0 there. Again, crypto, I am still a believer in it long-term in Bitcoin. So I'm thinking about having to build the position up a little bit more in my crypto now that I've got my finances now really in check right now. I'm able to use that money and allocate it accordingly. So stay tuned for a follow-up video on that as well. Moving on to the next one is my 403B. And you're saying, well, Fridge, God dang it, dude. How do you have so many accounts? Well, again, main brokerage, Roth IRA opened up after realizing that I could do that. And then my 403B I've had ever since I started working on my job as a teacher at high school, right? And so I take a little bit of money out and I put a little bit of money there. So again, still up 25%. Again, decent amount of money is in there right now for my retirement. So looking at this account plus this account plus this account, you're looking at probably 70. What is this? This is like 62. Looking at almost, $80,000 in retirement between these three here, which is absolutely amazing for my age of 29 and a half. I'm make sure I put the half in for you guys. So again, looking at 29 and a half years old and you have about $80,000 in retirement accounts by itself, or this is not a retirement account, but I'm going to use that towards retirement essentially, is, pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it, honestly. But that one's automatically run by, a advisor through our school. So don't worry about it. I put it on super aggressive. I said, hey, I'm going to retire in like 20, 30 years, super aggressive, boom, 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 push the money out, see what happens, right? Moving on to the next one. So you got peer-to-peer lending, a whopping peer-to-peer lending account of $433 is what it's worth now. It's up $58. It's up 15.5%, which is actually pretty impressive. I haven't had one person default on a loan that I have funded. And again, you can fund it with as little as $25. So I haven't really had any problems with that so far. I've stopped putting money into it for now. I would like to get back into it because it has done pretty good. 15.5% and about, it's like I think the annual return on the calculator is like 11% per year, which is actually pretty good, about the S&P 500 worth. So I'm looking to add some more money to that at some point. Only time will tell, obviously, for that one. Moving on to the checking account. Now, this right here is, you're going to look at this number and be like, Fridge, what in the crap are you doing? Why do you have $18,000 in your checking account? So as a teacher, I'll have a video that breaks down how paychecks work as a teacher later on. As a teacher, what happens is we get a paycheck towards the end of the year, and it's basically is a huge balloon check, we call it, and it puts a lot of money into it. And the balloon check for me this year was almost $13,000. So that just got put in my account. At the time of recording, this school was over last week. So I got to put this big check in my account last Friday. This money right here, obviously I'm going to be making sure I allocate towards bills because now I'm not going to get paid for the next 2 months while school is out. So I'm going to make sure I allocate towards bills. But then the rest of the money here that is not being used for bills, I want to dump into my Roth and max it out really quick. Because then as I max out my Roth, I can then put it into my brokerage or to my high yield savings account or whatever and kind of snowball it and kind of build it from there. Not snowball it. Kind of build it from there is what I'm looking for here. But so this number, don't worry, is going to change between now and the next time we record another video on my net worth here. But again, it's a huge check that we get at the end of the school year, and we use that. I use it to budget out the next couple of months, and then to also start putting into my investments again. So whether it's again my Roth, whether it's my brokerage account, whether it's my high yield account, whatever it is, I will be putting it there for you. So that number will change. Savings account, a big old $59. Don't worry about that as much. I would like to build this up as like an emergency fund in terms of like having like maybe like not an emergency fund because it's not high yield, but just having it as like a last ditch situation here, have like $200, $300 just in the savings account just to have it there because it is open. I'm not going to close it. There's no point in closing it. I can just put like $100 into the savings account or $200, keep it there. So that way, in case I'm in a dire need situation, I would love to have it there for you, but nothing crazy. The high yield is the emergency fund that I would also like to build up more and more. Right now it's at $2,000. I'd like to build that up even more. So, maybe take some money from the checking account, put it into the high yield, then max out the Roth or whatever the case is. Again, I have until April of next year to max out the Roth, obviously. So I got plenty of time on my side to do it, but the faster I can max it out, the more I can start allocating money to other things. Cause I will not physically be able to put more money into here. So, hopefully that's going to be what the goal is over the summer, is to figure out when to buy in a little bit, max it out a little bit, and kind of build up my retirement account from there. Next up we have is the Webull account, which if you've been following Bridge Financials for some time here, we have the ChatGPT Trading Challenge, which is actually doing pretty okay here. Again, up $200, nothing crazy, honestly, at the end of the day. Maybe taking that money and allocating it to the savings account would be absolutely ideal. But just having the Webull account there for you, the ChatGPT Challenge has been amazing. Now it's the Grok GPT Trading Challenge, whatever you want to call it. But if you're following along, it's amazing. If not, make sure to check out the videos down below, or that are linked on the YouTube page as per usual. And then the last but not least thing I have calculated in my net worth is my car value. Now, the only reason why I have my car value in here is because I have paid off my car in full. So if I wanted to sell my car today, I would collect $10,000 worth. That is the value I have because I don't have a loan on it. I don't owe on it. It is my car. I have the title. I don't have any more payments. It is my car. And saying, well, Fridge, how do you estimate that value? I get an email from Blue Book like every month that's just what my car value is worth. And right now it's about $10,900 still, which is absolutely amazing. Considering I bought it back in 2020, it's worth $10,000. I bought it for like 18. So it's only lost 8,000 in about like 6 years or so. It's not too bad actually for depreciation value, or a depreciating asset, I should say. But I do factor that into my net worth because, again, that is something that I do now officially own. It is my car. I can sell it, take the cash if I want to, kind of do what I want to do with it. So at the end of all of these accounts here, what we are looking at is a grand total of $114,000 as a net worth. I have no debts. My engagement ring that I bought last year is paid off. I have no student loan debts. I paid those off a while ago. I have no car loans, no credit cards. I don't have any debt to my name whatsoever. Because usually when you do net worth calculations, usually it's your assets minus your liabilities. These are all my assets. I have no liabilities. I don't have any debt, student loans, credit cards, a mortgage. I don't have any of that whatsoever. I don't have any kind of debt at all. So the fact that I've been able to hit $114,000 before the age of 30, to me, is absolutely amazing. Now, the return is awful. It's $1,700. I've made profit overall. But this has been a huge hitter right here. It was up to like 60-something thousand at one point. Now it's down to about 3,000. So could have been a lot higher, obviously, as we know. But it's absolutely amazing, and the fact that, it's all about the grinding, the saving, the making sure you're not spending money unnecessarily, like all those kind of things. And I've hit this huge milestone. I'm super excited for it. And I hit my first goal of the year before the end of the school and the end of the actual calendar year, which is absolutely amazing. Now, the next goals I have were obviously to hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. We're at 841, so feel free to subscribe if you're watching and made this far in the video as per usual. But yeah, that is my net worth, guys. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you took the time out of your day to watch this for 5 minutes, 5 seconds, anytime you watch it, thank you guys so much. Make sure you share with your family, your friends, your neighbors. You name it, you want to make fake accounts, feel free to if you want to support the channel as per usual. But yeah, I just want to show you guys this amazing milestone here. And I'm going to have a follow-up video coming out later on that's about how much I got paid throughout the school year, because I'm not someone who makes 6 figures. And so you'll see that in the next video about how much I actually make per year and how I'm still able to grow this net worth to over $100,000, sir. So as always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys are making money in the market, and we will see you in the next video.